Welcome to Sohail's Paramedical Nursing Academy, and this is the I explained the three parts in vital signs. I explained three parts about body temperature, and this is the fourth part of body temperature. In the fourth part of body temperature, in this part, I am going to in the previous part I explained about the core temperature, core body temperature, and surface body temperature. And after core body temperature and surface body temperature, I explained about the assessment of body temperature, how we can assess the body temperature of a client or patient. And in assessment of body temperature, I told that we are using thermometer. Thermometer is used for the assessment of body temperature. We are assessing body temperature by means of thermometer. Then I told what are the different parts of thermometer and what are the different types of thermometer. Among different types of thermometer, I explained broadly that is clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer. I explained clinical thermometer very clearly. Then today's in this part I am going to tell about the conversion formula and conversion formula for body temperature, and second, that is what are the different sites in the human body why we can assess the body temperature. These two parts, and there will be one more part, that is fifth part on the body temperature, that is the last part of body temperature, that is fever. Fever I will explain in the next part. But here, in case of conversion formula, how we can convert degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius, and how we can convert degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. If we are going to convert degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit is equal to, first, if we are going to convert degree Celsius to degree Celsius is given, and we have to find degree Fahrenheit. Degree Fahrenheit is equal to 9 by 5 into degree Celsius plus 32. Remember one thing, here we have to multiply these two. 9 by 5 into degree Celsius plus 32, this will give us degree Fahrenheit, and this degree Celsius will be given. In case of degree Celsius, if we are going to convert, if degree Fahrenheit is given, we have to find degree Celsius. Degree Celsius is equal to 5 by 9. This was 9 by 5. This is 5 by 9. 5 by 9. Here is also in 5 by 9. Then it is degree Fahrenheit minus 32. Here these two we have to subtract. Here we have to subtract. We have to add this part. First we have to multiply this part. Then we have to add this part. Here, in case of degree Celsius, we have to do what? We have to 5 by 9 is there separate. We have to first subtract degree Fahrenheit minus subtract by 32. Then we will multiply with 5 by 9. This will give us the correct value. See, I will give here one work for you all. If you are coming here, if you are coming to watch this lecture to learn something, remember, if you are coming to learn something, then you have to do this. Otherwise, don't be like a YouTube visitor. YouTube visitor means just coming and seeing first 1 minute, then leaving the video, because it is 30 minutes to 28 minutes. So, if you are coming to learn here, then remember one thing, that is you have to do this work. What is the work? 37 degrees Celsius, you have to convert into degree Fahrenheit. Next work is you have to convert 98.6 degree Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. You have to convert these two. This is the work for you all. Now, this was all about the conversion formula. Now I am going toward the next part, that is the second point is common roots for checking temperature. Common roots of checking temperature, of assessing body temperature, of assessing body temperature. I am writing very fastly, so to don't waste the time. Common root of assessing body temperature is here. What are the common roots? One is oral root. Second is rectal root. Third is tympanic root. Fourth is temporal artery. These are the four: oral, rectal, another is axillary. axillary root. So what is oral root? This is oral cavity, this is oral root. This is rectal root. Through rectum we are putting this, through anus we are putting this. Temporal root is through tympanic membrane. This is the tympanic membrane is there in the inside the ear. We are putting in the ear, that is tympanic root. Temporal root is here, is temporal artery here. We are using the digital thermometer to take this. Axillary root is where this is the axilla or groin region. This axillary region we are using. These are the 5 methods of assessing bone trumpage. Now first I will take oral trumpage. Oral route of assessing bone trumpage. Or what is the oral route of assessing bone trumpage is here. For oral route, remember one thing. What will be the normal body temperature for oral? Oral will be 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. This will be the oral body temperature. 98.6 degree Fahrenheit is the oral normal body temperature will be for the oral. Second point is for oral while we are using the thermometer. Inside the oral cavity there is a tongue. Downside the tongue there is one tissue. There is one muscle tissue part. Tissue is connected with the tongue, that is called frenula. So we will keep down to frenulum, or we can say at frenulum. At frenulum. Okay, frenulum. We will keep at the frenulum. Okay. Another thing is this is at the oral cavity where we are keeping this. In oral cavity, another thing is for why we are using at the oral cavity. Actually, in case of oral root, there is high blood supply at the oral cavity, at the frenulum region. We can use this at the tongue also, above the tongue, but we are using below the tongue at frenulum because there is what? High blood supply. There is high blood supply. This is the reason, high blood supply. Remember this point also. Another thing is, what is the indication for that? For which patient we have to use this, for which patient we will not use this. Indication is same, we will use this for all the patients. We can use for all the patients except. Except means contraindication. What is the contraindication which we should not use? Contraindication. Contraindication. Here I am not going to write everything, but you write on the book. You write on the notebook. Contraindication. Suppose any person is having oral cavity infection. Oral cavity infection. If there is infection in the oral cavity, we will not use this. Oral thermometer. Reason is same, that there may be the infection in the oral. If there is infection in the oral cavity, this may transmit to one person to another person. One is this first thing. Second thing is, in case of if there is oral surgery, we should not use this. Everyone knows this. Okay. If the patient is, remember one thing, if the patient is unconscious, don't use this, because unconscious patient, if we use this unconscious patient is not conscious, there is chances of what? Stabbing. The patient, if the patient became suddenly conscious, what will happen? He can stab the thermometer. He can use the teeth for thermometer. He will think that it is, he or she will think that it is a full. So we should avoid for unconscious patients. So in case of unconscious also. Any more thing is there? Oral cavity, oral cavity infection, oral surgery, unconscious patient. If we have used this, suppose we have used oxygen mask, or we have put this oxygen mask, we have put, okay, oxygen supply we have kept on the patient. When we are using the oxygen supply of the patient, if we have put the oxygen mask, how can we take the oral temperature? That is also another thing. And some patients, suppose if the patient is if the patient is having frequent coughing, we will not do this. We will not take oral temperature. Frequent coughing, okay? Frequent coughing. And one more thing is, don't use this for children. Don't use the oral route for child. Why? Because child may think it is any food or anything. He can also stab, or she can also stab, that it will break. Thermometer will break. Don't use for child is also this. And that is approximately about 6 years. Below 6 years, don't use below 6 years. One more thing is there. What is that? This was about the contraindication. This was all about the contraindication, or a contraindication, for which we should not use this oral route. Now what is the procedure? What is the procedure behind getting the oral trumpage? Because why I am saying all the points here, actually what will happen, This is the most commonly in hospital we are using either oral route or axillary route or sometimes rectal route. Mostly these two routes we are using, so that is why I am using this at broadly. In case of oral route, remember in oral route common cell is important. In case of oral route, what is the procedure? Oral route. What is the procedure for that oral route? To assess the body temperature through oral route. What is the procedure? Remember here the procedure is simple. First, what is there? If it is the patient here, first we have to explain the procedure to the patient that we are going to assess the body temperature to you. So after saying first we people can write also this. We have to first assess the. First we will explain the procedure. After explain the procedure, we will keep all the tray ready. What we have to do after keeping the tray ready, this is actually a practical part, but here I will tell only those parts which are important here. Then after using, this is the thermometer. Suppose it is already in the solution. Now you have put outside. Now only we are going to check the body temperature. Suppose, remember, when we are going to check the body temperature, before we are going to check the body temperature, this is thermometer. We will hold this like here. Okay, suppose we will hold like this, and we will take a cotton. Okay, by using cotton with some spirit, how we will clean the thermometer. That is important. Important is how we will clean it. Before taking temperature, we have to clean. From wire to wire. This is the system, this is the bulb. If we take, suppose that, see, I will tell the reason also. We will take from system to bulb. We will clean from system to bulb before the procedure. Because this bulb may be infected. See, but we will go for, see here it is confusing. Actually before procedure, after procedure, these are the two things. After procedure, bulb will be infected. This part will be more infected. Before procedure, this part will be more infected. Okay, we are going from less infection to more infection. When we are wiping the thermometer, we shall go from less contamination to high contamination. So wire is less contamination, is wire is high contamination. Less contamination is wire bulb. Before procedure, we will go from bulb to, suppose this is the tissue. I have taken the tissue. I will in a circular motion from bulb to head. Then after the procedure, I will keep this up to 2 to 3 minutes here. I will keep procedure for 2 to 3 minutes in the oral cavity. After taking out, we should clean from where? From septum to bulb. Because after procedure, why we are cleaning from septum to bulb? Because of this bulb is now infected. This may have infection. This is more contaminated. This is less contamination. If there is presence of infection, that will be on the bulb. So we will come from less infection to high. We will whip like this. Okay, this is the procedure after procedure. So after 2 to 3 minutes, we should keep for oral. If it is axillary, also we will keep 2 to 3 minutes. For oral, 2 minutes is also enough. So after procedure, then we will keep in the solution. I already told what are the solutions there. Savlon, Dettol, which type of solution that we will keep there, so that it will for disinfection purpose. Okay. One more thing is there. This was all about the disinfection. One more thing is that is how in case of this was contraindication. This was oral route. One more route is there, that is axillary route. This all is theory here. This is theory. This part here. Axillary route. Here in axillary route, what will be the normal temperature? We are same 90. Here will be 97.8 degree. Normal will be 97.8 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, will be the normal temperature here. Remember one thing. In case of if we are assessing the axillary route, auxiliary temperature, we have to plus 1. We have to add 1 here. 1 degree Celsius we have to add. If we are assessing, later I will say, if we are assessing a rectal temperature, we have to subtract by 1 degree Celsius. Because in rectal, 1 degree Celsius we have to because we have considered oral route. We have considered oral route here. That is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Is normal. But axillary has more exposure with environment. It can show 1 degree less. There is less chance error is there. 1 degree error is less there. So we have put 1 degree Celsius. If it is rectal, there is rectal is inside, we are putting inside the rectum, but in rectum there is very high blood supply, 1 degree it is increasing, so we are subtracting, in case of rectal we are subtracting 1 degree Celsius, there will be 99.7, 99.6 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so we will subtract 1 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, this was the axillary root, and in axillary root what we have to say, axillary root is one more point, that is it is the most commonly used root is axillary root. Another point is, suppose for how much time we should use this axillary root, for how much time we should use this axillary root, approximately we should keep 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes we should use at axillary, at the mid axilla, after putting on the, then I will say in the procedure. In procedure what we have to do, suppose when the patient is setting, we have to keep the thermometer here. After keeping the first, if it is if the axillary region is unclean, we will give some cotton to the patient, he will clean. After cleaning, we will keep the thermometer on the mid axilla, then the patient is asked to hold the hands and keep the hands on the chest. Hold this spot and keep the hands on the chest. Then after 3 minutes we will see how much body temperature is there. And remember one point I forgot here, before when we are checking the temperature, we should keep thermometer on the eye level, not above, not below, because in eye level easily we can see where is the actual reading. Okay, this is the axillary root that I have told here. Axillary root. Remember one thing, when we should use axillary root and when we should not use. Axillary root we will not use if there is lymph node infection. If there is lymph node infection in the axillary region, we will not use this. Or if there is any kind of if there is burn there, if it is burned there, we will not use. For those conditions we will not use this, not use the axillary part. Then there is one more part, that is another is there. Third part, that is rectal. In case of rectal root, remember one thing, rectal root. The question is asked, which is the most accurate root for assessing body temperature? That is rectal root. This is the most rectal root is the most accurate root. And in case of rectal, there is 99.6 degree Fahrenheit normal body temperature. That is normal is there 99.6 degree Fahrenheit. And when we are writing on the chart or anywhere else, we have to subtract by 1 degree Celsius. Okay. One more thing is there. How much we should put? This thermometer? How much we should put this thermometer inside the anus? When we are putting this thermometer into the anal canal, there are 3 age groups. One is infant. Another is child, and third is what? Third is adult. Remember, in case of child, up to 0.5, equal to or less than 0.5 inch, we should put. We should insert the bulb 0.5 inch inside the anus. 0.5 inch. How much? One more thing is there. 1 inch is equal to 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so it means it will be 1.25 centimeter. Up to this 0.5 inch we should use. In case of child, we should use 0.5 to 1 inch. 0.5 to 1 inch. In case of adult, we should insert bulb 1 centimeter, 1 inch to 1.5 inch. Okay, this is in case of adult. This is important question also. And remember one more thing, that when we are going for oral rectal root assessment of body temperature, when we are going to the patient, first we should tell to the patient, take a Simmons position. So Simmons position is best option. If Simmons position is the first priority is what? Simmons position. If it is not possible, then we can go for lateral position. In a Simmons position, what is actually Simmons position? This is the patient, and he is sliding this line. And remember, in this way, this is the one limb, another limb is taken like this. These are 2 limbs. One limb is like this way, and one limb is like, he will during first it is lateral position. First go on the lateral position. Then on lateral position, one is forward. one limb is forward and one limb is bend on the forward side, on the front side. So this is the Sims position. First, if it is Sims position is not possible, then lateral position. Okay. What is one more thing is there, that before one is, this is the position. After asking client to take this position, then what we have to do? Before inserting the bulb into the anus, we should use any gel. Suppose 2% lignocaine. 2% lignocaine we should use on the bulb part to insert into the anus, because there is the chance of bleeding. This will reduce the friction. 2% lignocaine will reduce the friction, and there will be less chance of friction. This is one more point. Why we are using this? Remember, what is the contraindication for assessing rectal temperature? When we are going to assess the rectal temperature, for which patient we should not take rectal temperature? One patient is that which is having hemorrhoids. If the patient is having hemorrhoid, these are disease. Then these diseases here I can't explain here because it takes a lot of time. Hemorrhoid is one, that is also called as pylorus. Second, if there is any bleeding disorder. Because why bleeding disorder? Because there is high blood supply in the anus, it can cause bleeding when we are inserting the bulb. In case of bleeding disorder patient, in case of pylorus or rectal patient, if there is any another surgery, then we will also not put that. Or one more thing is there, that is what is that? That is also the important. One more thing is that what is the contraindication here? That is the important point. That point will be asked in the examination. In higher examination, what is the question asked? In case of cardiac patients, if the patient is any cardiac patient, having any cardiac disorder, we should not use rectal route. Why? Because in case of anus, there is vagus nerve. When we are putting the bulb into the anus, there may be the stimulation of vagus nerve. When there is stimulation of vagus nerve, it can lead bradycardia. What is bradycardia? Bradycardia means decrease in the heart rate from normal value. This can be caused if we are using this what? So we should not use for anal patient. And before inserting also, we should use one more trick. For when we are inserting thermometer in the rectal region, we should ask patient take the long breath, then hold, then release. Because why? This will help in what will happen when he will take long breath and hold, then deep breath, hold, then release. During this process, there will be what? The muscles in the anus region will be relaxed. Anal region will be relaxed, so we can take easily this rectal temperature. I think I told everything here. So one more route is there. That is tympanic route. That is tympanic route. Fourth route is there. Tympanic route. What should we do in case of tympanic?